What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Nothing But Skills, and today I'm bringing you guys another division video. Today's video is going to be focused on the next global event and when it starts. We do have a new shield being active in the next couple days, and for that shield you'll need to have survival. Well, they're going to be making survival free for a week, and I'll have a full video on that for you guys shortly. But what I really wanted to do is get this video out because I know a lot of you guys are a little worried about the striker nerf coming in, what gear sets you can run. Well, the next global event is Global Event Strike, and that has some really good gear sets in there. Great gear sets for PvP, and gear sets I think that will be essential for doing well in PvP in the next couple months. We'll break down from A to Z what you need to know about Global Event Strike. This global event should kick off on August 27th because if survival is going to be free from the 16th to the 23rd, they're not going to have the global event during survival week. The next Monday after that would be the 27th of August, and that's when I'm predicting will be the next global event. At the end of this month, we will have Global Event Strike, and everything you want to know about this global event will be in this video. So let's get into the video, guys. So the first thing we're talking about this global event is Global Event Strike modifiers. So the modifiers that are always going to be active are strike, and this is always active. Enemies explode after they are killed. So as soon as you kill them, it seems like they drop a small grenade, and it'll be like little explosions. So if you kill an enemy and he drops a grenade around other enemies, that explosion will damage the other enemies. So that's what's pretty cool about this global event. And then as you see in the video, once I kill an enemy, he drops little bombs and it damages the other enemies. Now the second modifier is the preemptive strike. Strike behavior plus sustained incoming damage triggers a small explosion on the agent. So this is when you're taking incoming damage, you'll have this red bar, and as this red bar starts to fill up, once it maxes out, you will receive a small explosive damage. Now this will not kill you unless you have no health at all. Now for the third modifier, tactical strike, this is going to have preemptive strike behavior. So that means it's going to have the strike modifier plus the preemptive strike modifier always active, and it's going to have all enemies are marked using strike explosions. When killed, they damage remaining enemies. Ally to ally explosion damage is increased. So say I'm getting shot and then my preemptive strike goes off, it's going to cause a lot of damage to the allies next to me. So that's why you have to be careful when you're running tactical strike and you're stuck in a group. If one of your group members takes a lot of damage, his explosion could hurt a lot of you guys, so you got to be careful there. This is a pretty cool global event to run tactician. You can run pretty much any build you want. So let's get into the gear sets that you can get during this global event. So the gear sets that are going to be active during this global event are going to be Predator's Mark, Banshee, Nomad, and then the defense build. And this is why I'm telling you this is a global event you don't want to miss. If you guys don't know already and you're new to the game, Nomad and Predator are probably the top tier for PvP alongside Striker. So those are the three main PvP gear sets that you see the most in Last Stand, in Skirmish, or even the Dark Zone. Even the defense build, a lot of people like running that for PvE because you can solo missions with that build. So that's even a good build to get. And then of course, if you want to run Banshee, now it's not going to be the most ideal build for you to run when you can run a 6-piece Nomad, a 6-piece Predator Mark, or a 6-piece Striker. But during this global event, I highly recommend you guys trying to farm as much as possible. Get that Nomad, which I feel is the best build for solo players. And then of course, Predator's Mark is really fun to run as long as you know how to run it. So now that you guys know what gear sets are available, make sure you guys get ready for this global event. It's definitely be something that you guys want to focus on, and definitely something you guys want to try to grind for. So now that we talked about the gear sets and the modifiers, let's talk about the playlist for this global event. So the playlist for this global event is going to be Lincoln Tunnel Checkpoint, Lexington Event Center, Times Square Power Relay, Warren Gate Power Plant, and then Stolen Signal. So let's look at the missions and then see what missions we can do and on what level. So let's start off with the most farmed GE credit mission in all of global events, Lexington Event Center. As you guys know, you can do this on challenging, so you'll be able to get around 750 GE credits, and if you put the modifiers on, it's an additional 125. Now we also have Warren Gate Power Plant, which you can do on legendary, but it's a lot harder to do, but you can get a lot more GE credits. Now if you want to farm this and you have a good 4-man team, you can do that, but for me, I highly don't recommend it unless you have a 4-man team that is really good and can go in there. The next mission is Lincoln Tunnel Checkpoint. You can also do this on challenging, so you get those 750 GE credits plus 125 when you turn on the modifier. You have Times Square Power Relay, which you can do on legendary, and that gives you a lot of GE credits, and it's pretty easy to do. I think it's around 1500 GE credits every time you complete it. It takes a little bit longer than Lexington, but if you have a decent team, you can run through this pretty quick. And then the last one is the Incursion Stolen Signal. I highly don't recommend anybody doing this it takes a long time to complete. And if you've never done it before, you're probably going to get frustrated and you're not going to complete it. So if you're going to farm any missions during this global event, I would stick to Lexington Event Center or even doing Times Square Power Relay on Legendary. So now that we finished talking about the playlist, let's get into the masks that are going to be available for this global event, because I know that's what all you guys want to know about. So if we go into my commendations and then we click on GE Strike, since I've already done this global event, it's still there. The first mask we're going to be talking about is the Jungle Mask. Well, to get this mask, you need to kill a total of 150 Riker bosses during this global event. Now, you don't have to be on a certain world tier level to get this mask. You can still do it on the lower tier levels and you will be able to unlock this mask. I unlocked it back in December when we had this global event. I will be putting out a video, the fastest way to get all 3 masks, tomorrow. So for this global event, just remember you need to kill a total of 150 Riker bosses during this strike. So let's look at the mask real quick. I'm gonna put it on just so you can see it. So this is the Jungle Mask. It's pretty clean looking. It has that army camo. It kind of looks like a paintball mask. I don't really use it too much anymore, but when I first got it, it was one of my favorite masks to use. The next mask we're going to be talking about is the Classic Mask. Now, to get this mask, you need to complete a strike mission without taking any explosive damage from an ally. Now, the conditions for this mask are World Tier 5, hard difficulty or above, tactical strike in a group. The one thing you need to do is make sure you stay away from your enemies as much as possible. The best way to do this is kind of use a sniper rifle or urban MDR. I'll also show you how you can get this mask really quick in one mission when I release my mask video. But just so you guys know, it's probably one of the easier masks to get. Just remember the conditions are World Tier 5, hard difficulty above, tactical strike, and you're in a group. So at least 2 people or more. You can't do this by yourself. You need to be with at least 1 other player. So let's take a look at this mask. And then the Classic Mask is more like a hockey mask. Kind of like the Jason mask, but this one just looks like a hockey mask. It has the blue, the white, the red. It's pretty cool looking. Nothing that I've ever worn, but it's a really easy mask to unlock. So if you're looking at getting new masks, these are probably the easiest 3 masks you can do during this global event. And then of course you can do bomb proof, which is really easy too. Complete a strike activity without taking any explosive damage. So what that means is when you kill an enemy, you don't take any damage from him. And then the modifiers for this are World Tier 5, hard difficulty or above, preemptive or tactical strike. So you can't take any damage from any players, you can't take any damage from any NPCs when they get killed, or you can't take any damage from you exploding. So this is the Rider mask. It's not one of my favorite masks to use when I wear like a snowboard outfit. It looks pretty cool. It kind of matches it. It also looks like a paintball mask. I feel like the masks from this global event all kind of look like paintball masks. So now that we talked about the masks, we talked about the playlist, we talked about the modifiers, just like every global event, I'll kind of go through everything in case you're new to the game. We have the global event officer, which is going to tell you everything about the event, how many credits you've earned, how many caches you've bought. It's going to have the mission, your commendations, your kills, and then of course your conduct. If you continue all the way to the back, so back here is where you're going to be able to check your tier level. So if you want to be in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, remember tier 1, 2, and 3 will give you classified caches, but tier 2 and 3 are going to give you those vanity items. So if you want to get those vanity items from each global event, you want to be in either tier 2 or tier 3. And then right here is going to be the global events vendor. This is where you're going to get those gear sets: Predator's Mark, Banshee, Nomad, and then of course defense. If you're looking to get the new gear sets, go for the 1500 GE credits. Now, once the global event starts, you also see the modifiers right back here. The full list will be there. You can just read it over if you don't want to come back to this video. Like every global event video, and if you watch my last 2 global event videos, I highly recommend talking to these weekly HVT officers. If you complete these, they take around 2 to 5 minutes, and you start off with 400 GE credits all the way up to like 750 GE credits for the hardest ones. So if you want to do these and knock them out at the very beginning of a global event, I highly recommend it. It's pretty easy to do. I highly don't recommend doing the daily HVTs. The number is just too low on the GE credits when you could be farming Lexington, you farming Times Square Power Relay. That wraps up my full recap on what this global event is from A to Z. I hope I answered a lot of your questions. If you still have questions, use the comment section down below. Remember, tomorrow's video will be a video on the fastest way to get each mask. So if you guys are looking to get Nomad or Predator's Mark, you need to be grinding this event. Remember, if you guys enjoyed this video and this is the first time you're watching a video, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see me live during this global event, head over to my Twitch. The link will be in the description box. Hopefully I see you guys over there. Drop a follow, show me some support. And as always, guys, if you don't see me in Last Stand, if you don't see me in Skirmish, if you don't see me in a Dark Zone, well, this time I'm probably grinding the global event. Nothing but skills out.